it's just really dangerous to tell people they have to do all the things, focus on the things that are gonna move you forward,
Mm,
and not so much worry about all the noise or what everybody else is doing. You're also connecting with up to 400 people per month, bringing them into your network. You're having a conversation with them in the DMs. And then, so when you connect with them, they'll take a look at your profile. It'll be optimized as a landing page.
Jordan Eaton built a visibility and growth agency. As a single mum living with a brain and a spinal deformity, it wasn't inspiration but an engineering constraint. She's designed every part of the business around her energy levels and capacity and just moving away from the hustle harder culture. So I'm really excited to hear your story, Jordan. Welcome to the Joe Show. What's a piece of
It,
grind culture business advice that would literally be dangerous for you to follow? And why is it probably bad advice for everyone else as well?
it's just really dangerous to tell people they have to do all the things. We work with a lot of clients who have been actually taking down a lot of the work and stopping things that aren't really pulling the lever for them and then doubling down on the things that do. So I think the best advice is always just focus on the things that are going to move you forward
Mm.
and not so much worry about all the noise or what everybody else is doing.
Mm. So when you started Boss Assistants and you had to map your energy and capacity into a business model, what did that look like? How did you think about it?
Everybody defines success differently. So for myself, I wanted to have the leisure of hanging out with my children, or I wanted to take time to let my body rest when I needed it. So, working 12 hours a day, which is actually when I first started my business, I was pushing myself to my limits. It was really exciting, new business, doing all the things. And I really was just working way too much and I was burning myself out. And yeah, I really had to dial it back in the last year or so and just really lean on my team, delegate out the things that I'm able to, and then, yeah, focus on the things that push us forward.
Mm. You've built a consistent, pretty powerful lead generation system on LinkedIn. Did you try anything else that didn't work before that, or did you just go to that first? And what does it look like?
I love LinkedIn. I'm if I talk to anybody that's in the B2B space, I say if you're not on LinkedIn, then you're missing out on a huge opportunity. So I have tried a bunch of other platforms. I do find that Facebook is really great as well. There are quite a few professionals on there. But for Instagram, I find that people are on there just to death scroll or, just kind of zonk out at the end of the day. And they really just want to be entertained. I find that they're not in the space, okay, I want to purchase something right now. I think that Instagram might be good for like people that have an e-commerce or they have some kind of product. But I'm not sure if it's B2B, if it's completely where they should be focusing their time.
Mm. It's definitely worth looking at where your audience is, what space do you want to play in, not just doing what people automatically assume should be done, which we do way too often with things. So with your LinkedIn system, when you send that first email, like step me through the structure a little bit so that people have some takeaways of how it works, what you're saying at each step, or how you're um, setting it up so that it just doesn't look like spam.
Yeah. When we work with clients, we actually have the full system, and we've gotten to the point now where we used to do a little bit more of an a la carte service offering. But now we won't let people just pick and choose because when it comes to LinkedIn, you have to have the full system going because each part works intertwined with the other. So, you're posting content, but then you're also connecting with up to 400 people per month, bringing them into your network. You're having a conversation with them in the DMs. And then, so when you connect with them, they'll take a look at your profile. It'll be optimized as a landing page. They'll see what you do. They might get interested, click on your link and book a call. But if you're not bringing them into your community, connecting with them, then they're not going to see your content. So, I mean, they all work together. When you're bringing new people in, connecting with them, then, they'll start seeing your content and then you'll be keeping top of mind.
So I guess a big mistake is implementing just part of it and then wondering why it doesn't work. Just
Yeah, we were at one time just connecting with people, but then they weren't posting content and then they weren't engaging. So, yeah, like yeah, they all the parts work together. So if you don't use one, then, the other parts might not be working as well as you'd hope that they would.
Mm. How long did it take you to refine that system? It sounds pretty robust.
Yeah, it's been about over 2 years
Yeah.
that we've gone full into LinkedIn, and it's pretty much the only social media platform that we work with our clients on. We used to do Instagram and Facebook as well, but yeah, we're just focusing on LinkedIn.
I have to ask the needle question. Are you using it for your own brand as well as for your clients?
Yeah, I am. I actually am on LinkedIn pretty much every day. I live there.
Uh,
So when I'm talking to people, I'm like, yeah, just message me anytime. I pretty much live here. So
yeah, so
they
many of us
laugh.
as marketers have a great system that works for clients and then kick the can down the road when it comes to our own. So I had to ask. So you work exclusively with entrepreneurs who are making six figures. How did you land on the filter? Was it sort of a day one decision or did you learn it the hard way?
We actually started out with our company as more of a generalized VA company.
Hmm.
And we've took a turn into more of the social media visibility marketing services.
Mm.
But yeah, we used to work with pretty much anyone. There was large companies. There was like we even worked with Chick-fil-A at one point. We really found that the sweet spot is those consultants, coaches, or solopreneurs that don't have the need or the capacity or even the budget to bring on a full-time marketing staff.
If somebody's working with you, obviously in B2B, there can be a long consideration time. What sort of time frame is it using this system before people are seeing some real results in their business?
We usually see results around the 3-month mark, and especially when you're connecting with people on LinkedIn, not everybody is online at all times. So
Mm,
if you connect with someone, maybe they won't accept it 2 to 3 weeks later.
mm.
Um, when people are scrolling on the feed, they don't see like only 30% of people will see your post apparently, just because of algorithm.
And you don't just do LinkedIn though for clients, you get them on podcasts and things as well?
Yeah, that's right. So we actually have a few clients who are doing their own podcasts. So we help them launch, edit, promote, so support them on that end. And then we help other people get onto podcasts as guests. So that
Mhm.
one really helps to build their brand. And also, it's a good evergreen tool. So once it's out there, and people will find you, they'll listen to you, go to your links. So I think it's a really great tool. Yeah.
Mm. So just helping people imagine what's possible if they're going to consider building their own LinkedIn system, which, as you've pointed out, needs to be done comprehensively, or working with you, but using that as a method of outreach. What's, I guess, the biggest client win you've seen as far as the customer that they've landed in terms of success? What's the biggest celebration you've seen happen there?
We do have one client who he booked a speaking engagement within the first month of us starting with him, and it was I think around like a $3,000 engagement. So he was like really
Right.
really excited about that.
You've said that most people see a situation as a disadvantage just with the challenges that you face personally. But at what point did you stop trying to overcome that perception and just position it, just say, this is who I am and this is a constraint I work with?
Yeah, I have kind of struggled with it back and forth. Like, should I tell people? Pretty much all our clients know what my situation is. We've had conversations about why I started my business. We even have some clients who are in the same boat. So yeah, they do have days where I'm not having a great day, or I'm going to be offline, at the doctor's appointments, things like that. So it's really great for us to work with people like that because we know we have some people on the team that have, some health issues, things like that. So like we all are just really empathetic and supportive. And I think
Mm,
it's hard to come by that. So I have been leaning into it a little bit more because I find that people are starting to talk about it more, and there's less of a stigma around it, especially with like mental health as well. It's just really important for us to be honest, be ourselves. And sometimes it can even be an advantage because women, I find that are even moms, we're really great at doing things really efficiently because we don't have much time. So I think it's almost like an advantage.
I definitely don't think there should be any stigma involved. Everybody's facing their own challenges in a different form, aren't
Yeah.
they? And it's just it's just life, you know. Have you ever had a potential client underestimate you and not knowing this about you, and how did you handle it?
I don't think they would because I don't think that they would be working with us if that was an issue for them, but,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think it's because I have my team to help support as well, and we all just work together and we pick up where someone leaves off, if someone needs a day off, if someone's gonna go on holidays, we jump in for each other and like we really help support. We're pretty much on Slack all day talking with each other. So, I mean, yeah, we're just like a really close knit, really great team.
What's the biggest joy that you've encountered in just building and running Boss Assistants?
I've just me as a person, I've really just like grown, especially with my mindset of um just not I went from a place of like I don't think it's possible to okay maybe, and then now I'm like oh my gosh, like I'm doing it, it's possible. So I really just if people are wanting to take that leap, I say like just do it because there's no perfect time, there's no perfect way, there's sitting and waiting. You have to live life now, and I've been really, like, grateful with just all the opportunities, all the people I've met. I've been in some really great rooms with some really smart entrepreneurs, and I've just grown and learned so much, and yeah, it's really, like, just changed me as a person.
In terms of a personal growth that has impacted your business, what's a book or maybe a particular mentor or figure you've learnt something from that you don't think people are paying enough attention to?
I do have a mentor. He's been really great and been with me pretty much every step of my journey. And I don't think I could have done it without him, honestly, because there's been days where I'm, things are just overwhelming and I'm just like hyperventilating and I'm like, okay, this is happening. I've had some SOS times where I'm like, please, can we just meet right now? Cause like, need to figure this out. I think not enough people are utilizing just, not even like a coach, but like just somebody who has been an entrepreneur, has been there and done that and can, just help you like with advice or even just like joining entrepreneur groups where you can bounce ideas or mastermind with people. It's really, I think it just really helps you get to
Mm.
that next level.
Listening to this, some people are going to be thinking, I need to contact Jordan right now and start and just let you do the system. There will be those who want to, have a go at implementing themselves, the DIYs, which no shame. I'm probably a DIYer at heart and have trouble letting go. But for both ways of thinking about this, somebody knowing that if they've got to the point where they think, yep, LinkedIn probably is where I need to be and I need to build visibility, to prepare for that, before they call you or before they start having a go at building the system out themselves, what would you say is step one that they really need to get in place first?
Step one is always know exactly who your target audience is. And this one is a lot of people come to us and they're like, okay, I work with business coaches or I work with e commerce. That is so broad. You really, really, really need to know what is their pain points, what makes them seek out what you do, what makes them buy, what makes them like if you can, just go onto your LinkedIn, send a message to a few people who would be like a dream client or like someone in your target ICP and just ask them a few questions. Be like, hey, would you be all right if I asked you a couple questions? I'm just like doing some research for some offers or doing some research for my business. And people are willing to give you a few minutes. And I've actually done it for my own business as well. And you need to get that insight from people. You need to know them inside and out because if you aren't exactly sure if you're really generalized, then people aren't gonna see you as the solution to their problem.
That's right. If you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. The best way I visualize that actually is when you get a group of people together in any setting, once the group gets beyond about 10 people, people start to sort of maybe hide up the back or think you're not speaking to them, just in that physical setting. And it's the same with not being specific when you're sharing an offer. It just needs to be, oh my goodness, this person sees me, they know me, they're talking my language, and they know how to fix my problem. So,
Yeah, and you don't have to be worried about niching down too far or, if I'm only helping these kind of people, I'm going to miss out on this because once those kind of people see you as the option, they'll tell other people and the word will get out and you'll
Mm,
have other people contacting you that don't exactly figure ICP, but at least you know what's the pain points, what can you offer them and what do they need. So
definitely. Where would you like to take boss assistants within, let's say, the next 12 months? Things are moving so fast. Thinking that far ahead, where
things
would you like to see the business?
yeah, things are moving really fast. Um Yeah, we just want to help as many business owners as we can. And every day there's a new business owner popping up, and we just want to help them reduce their stress, finally take that vacation, live the life that they wanted. Because when people start their business, they're like, oh, I can make my own hours. I can, live leisurely. But a lot of times when you first start out, you're working those long nights, it's just a lot. So, we wanna help take that burden off of them.
I love it. Jordan, thank you so much for your time. It's lots of good things to think about and help people move forward with visibility for their own businesses. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.